2 3-hour courses, you're in class for 10 hours. I think I need to demonstrate that you have the equivalent of 12 or something like that. So we do a small course ourselves during first summer session.
A week?
Yes, I'm sorry, I was going, yes.
Yes, it is
12
a
hours
week, yes.
So we would
A
do
week long.
one 3-credit course here that would add on to your summer and qualify you for FLAS fellowships. FLASs are really lucrative. They will pay the entire cost for you. They're roughly $7,500. So that leaves you with less than $1,000, $500 to $1,000 to finish. Gilman's Arts, I'm sorry, please go for it.
Because I'm applying for a FLAS,
Mhm.
can I apply for a FLAS for summer if I'm also applying for an academic year FLAS?
Yes,
Okay.
yes you can. I'm on the committee, yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can, yes.
So are these scholarships need-based or like merit-based or both?
Both, they're
Mhm.
both. They're absolutely both, yeah. Gilman is very, very competitive. It's like very close to being a Fulbright, but it also is very lucrative. If you are, especially those of you who are IR majors, that you might think about the Gilman. They tend to be for academic semesters or academic years rather than summers, but we have had 2 Gilman recipients in the last 3 years. So it is possible to get them, but they are competitive. Now, the IEF, the International Education Fee, this you have all been paying into, whether you've known it or not, through your fee bill. You pay, I think it's $50 a term or year?
No, I think it's less than that.
It's
I think
less
it's like $3 or something.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad, I'm thinking of
$3
another one, there's another one, yes. It's a few bucks that you've been paying into since you've been at UT. It adds up when there's 53,000 students at UT. And we have been extremely fortunate with the International Education Fee scholarships, getting awards from anywhere from 5,000 to up to 1,500 or even 2,000 for our students who've applied. So do that when you apply to right online through the same portal on MySAO. So really, all of you should apply for that one. As I said, we've done really well with that one. And for those of you who are in liberal arts, is that everyone, I think we had one going back to my notes here,
One engineer.
one engineer. But if you're in the College of Liberal Arts, there's also a liberal arts study abroad summer scholarship. And if it's your first time abroad, there's a special supplement scholarship that you can click on as well. So those of you in the College of Liberal Arts, check that out. We have been, again, really lucky with that. Awards ranging from, on the low end, 1,000, on the high end, over 4,000.
Is this the same as the Liberal Arts Council?
That's the liberal arts
That's
council,
liberal
and then
arts.
there's the honors.
Honors, yes, and then there's liberal arts honors if any of you are in either Plan 2 or Plan 1, either one of those. And finally, any of you who, actually all of you, could apply to, this is a need and career based. This one is fill out the little, write an essay that says what I'm going to do with my Russian after it becomes fabulous. Nick Williams is a UT alumna who she set up this particular award just to help students who wanted to study in Russia. And I believe I think it's $2,000 as well, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a $2,000 scholarship. So I know it's a lot of filling out of forms, but once actually you do your little essay for us that just says, hey, this is why I'm so fabulous and why I really need to go to Moscow, you've kind of already written the template for most of these scholarships, to be honest. It's a lot of form filling out, but they add up. And you wind up then having, rather than an $8,000 total cost to spend 5 weeks abroad, it's more like $1,000 to go for 8 weeks abroad, and that's a big difference, obviously. Questions, please?
What's the general application window for these scholarships?
Almost all of these are usually up to March 15th. So try to get them done in the first part of the upcoming semester. Almost all of them. I know FLAS is coming up February 15th,
Yeah,
yes.
I would definitely recommend checking them out, just to make sure
To
you
be
know
sure.
the dates of the ones that you're interested in.
Yeah. McWilliams, I think, is a
This
bit
would be
later,
a
but
shame.
right, FLAS, yes, don't miss them. I think sooner rather than later for all of you. Please, you call up.
Yes, but generally, when would you find out, like, whether or not you've been, like, awarded scholarships?
Because most of these are local, with the exception of the Gilman, you do find out late spring, so you may not find out until like end of April.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a deposit that we put down? for this?
Yes, yes,
It's
that
refundable?
will come,
Yeah, I didn't put that, I just wanted to kind of keep you up in the beginning stuff, let me see. Did I
we've done that, in- yeah, we have that in our calendar from last year. I wanna say it's in,
May 6th is the
so we
$1,500
try to wait till
deposit.
most of you will know about your
Or, yeah,
fellowships or not,
around May
to put
6th.
in the first big deposit, yeah.
If I could just say a couple words
Please.
about funding, so
Yes,
on our
do it.
website,
Slide it down.
world.utech.edu, if you click on funding over here, we have lots of resources. First, the scholarships, what he had mentioned are the database. Scrolls down, come on. So there is, these are links to national scholarships, including the Gilman. The Gilman, by the way, is for anyone who is currently eligible for the Pell Grant, the federal Pell Grant. So if that's one of the qualifiers for this.
It's need-based.
Yes, so if you, if that applies to you, you definitely should apply for this regardless, okay? Because they tend to award statistically higher for non-traditional regions. That's us. There's also some additional national scholarships. Local Rotary clubs offer scholarships and fellowships and grants. Diversity abroad. There's lots of things that are on here, so just scroll through and see if you would meet the eligibility requirements. And then the database that he was talking about, this nice color of money here,
Love that.
is, oh, you see everything too, great. So you won't see all of this. Once I authorize you to apply, it'll basically match you up based on the criteria. So you'll see everything that you can be eligible for, and you just apply to all of it just by clicking on that button one time, right there. It'll apply you to anything that you're eligible for.
That's so cool.
That's great,
That's so
yeah,
much better than
I
it
was
used to be.
navigating that
So
today
much
and
better
like,
than it used to be.
alright, which one of these things?
There's also additional resources here in this column, like crowdsourcing. So that extra $1,500 that you don't get from scholarships, holidays are coming up, like, hey, family, don't give me an Xbox game or whatever. They'll probably like reading books, I don't know, they're good liberal arts students, I'm sure.
That's a great idea.
You know,
Yeah, people are
contribute
always
to my
interested
education.
in-
Absolutely.
Yeah, always
Anissa
interested,
Bryant,
yeah.
in our 2015 program, she's a quite good, accomplished artist, and she literally did a GoFundMe page for her trip to Moscow, and put up paintings, small, very small little picture paintings, drawings that she had done, and she raised $6,000 for her trip on her GoFundMe page. A lot of people contributed to it, and just said, no, I don't need any art, and, just resell it, sell it again, and just pop money up there. She really did get 6,000 in about, I want to say, under 5 months
That's great.
that she put it up.
Get
So
creative.
get creative, seriously. It's not really prostitution, guys. It's not. You're selling your education here. Right? The people are funding your education. Yeah.
So that's done. If
Those are great.
Yeah, if y'all are, if you're, after this meeting, y'all are like, I'm ready, I'm good to go, I can authorize you right here. If you wanna go and talk about it, of course, that's fine too, you can just do it now.
Do you wanna tell them what like a typical day or week, can you,
Yeah.
because I think we say in the brochure, you go to class from, maybe we don't say in this brochure, maybe it's on the website.
I think it's on the
Yeah.
website.
Okay.
So basically, you live in dorm. You're in the dorm. You're in the building. Just come downstairs. You have breakfast with other students who come in. So there'll be other international students, plus some of your Russian tutors will come down and have breakfast with you as well. Your day normally starts at 9 o'clock. It varies sometimes depending on what other groups are there. Sometimes it may be an 8:30 day or 9:30 day, just depending on what other groups are there. But you run through, it's done in akademicheskiy pary, so these are not 90-minute blocks, something you're used to here, like a Tuesday, Thursday, or a Monday, Wednesday schedule. So you do these 2 academic blocks, then you have a break for lunch, 1 more block, and you're done. So your day usually runs with 3 classes. Usually, at least 1 is a practicum, so you speak. 1 is a lecture, and then 1 will be this so-called bridge course that we do, where you're doing very, very focused work on language to get you ready to do a project out in the city. On one of the 6 days a week classes, you will have an excursion. One of those excursions will be set up for a day trip. All of that's included in the cost. You'll have, short of buying souvenirs for yourself or things or food that you want to eat on your own, time on your own, everything is included in that tuition price. And as I said, I can't tell you exactly what it costs yet. We kind of average it around 6,000. If we get above, I think I want to say 7 of you.
Right,
If we,
right.
number 7 to 8,
I think
the
eight
price
is
drops
good.
a few $100. If we can get you up to double digits, it drops more.
Mhm.
So it's based on per capita cost per student.
And your class is just,
It's
it's
just
just
you.
the UT students?
Yes, so lecture, as we call them, the big lectures that you will have 3 times a week, those are you with another larger group of American students who are there, but your own practicum classes, all of those are just you. And your bridge course and your practicum classes are just you. And in fact, we know who the instructors are already, because they've been working with us and for us for the last 12 years. They're terrific. They know our group really, really well. There was another.
Yeah, I just had a
please.
question, how does grading work in like city abroad?
So
It's
the-
just
you-
like a pass fail?
You probably know, the Russian grading system that you probably know, even from Moscow,
Yeah.
live from Russia, is 5-point scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mhm.
No one gets ones, no one
No.
ever gets ones. You'll usually get 5 for an A, 4 for a B, 3, C, and so on. That said, the students, the teachers there are very cognizant both of how important grades are to our students, as well as the circumstances of your study there in Moscow. And so really, our students tend to always, if you're there, the most important thing there, and we'll talk a lot more about this once you kind of signed on that you want to do this program, we'll have in the spring a proper orientation session with me as well as with some of our colleagues in Washington who administer the program. That'll be half a day long, really getting in, we'll Skype in our guys from Moscow and so forth for you to really get a feel for the program. We really want you to understand that the most important thing is going to class, showing up to class. Don't take walks unless, meaning, don't гулять, right? Не гуляйте, не гуляйте. Посещайте ваши занятия, свои занятия, будьте на занятии каждый день. Why? They see it, your instructors see it as not even disrespectful. It's not this, what, they're missing my wonderful class, but rather, what am I doing wrong? They get very kind of concerned. They don't want to come see my class. What's wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? And so really just show up to class, do your work, turn your bits and pieces in, and you're going to do fine. Grade-wise, you really are. No one's GPA has been adversely affected by this program. I'm trying to say it in as coded way as I possibly can, is to say, short of not showing to class and not giving it your effort, everyone gets A's, B's at the worst. I mean, worst case scenario, students who are really struggling will get gentlemanly or gentlewomanly B's. Yeah.
And then being an affiliated studies program, it comes back and looks like transfer credit on your UT transcript.
Okay.
So the grades won't factor into your UT transcript.
Exactly, just shows that you have 3 hours credit for this program, 3 hours credit for that course, yeah. Other questions before you guys get certified? I hope some of you just quickly want to rush to Daniel now and say, sign me up, get me on the portal. Getting on the portal doesn't make it, you've not signed on the dotted line
Until
yet.
you submit.
Until you hit submit, yes.
Yeah.
Are any of the classes taught like partially in English, or is everything in Russian?
All in Russian, everything's in Russian.
Okay.
And people are usually prepared for that after a year of intense?
Actually, interestingly enough, these instructors are so good at this. They really know how to tease out what Russian you can handle.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I
So-
think they want to do that. I
Mhm.
mean, it's customized.
they really are. So we have students who come in with as little as 1 year. We've had students who come in with 3 years of Russian. And either if there are enough of you, we break you into 2 groups. They never call it, the advanced group, the weaker group. They always call it the Volga group and the Dnieper group, or they'll call you the Yenisei group and the Siberia group. So no one knows what. Yeah, you do. But the point is that they want to be able to focus on the students who have more basic Russian and some who have more advanced Russian. that's cool. If you happen to be a smaller group, if it's say the 6 of you or 7 or 8, however many are on the sign-up sheet who are going, if it's say one group, then they do what's called a stack class, which means you're doing two, they might break you within the class and you're doing 2 different things at the same time. So you're both working with the same film, let's say, they're taking Supic's class, they'll show you the same film clip, but your group, let's say the more basic group will be doing one thing with it, and the more advanced group will be doing something different with it. So it works really well. I said, they're really good at this, at teasing out your level of Russian and trying to make material that's appropriate for you. Yeah. Yes, yes, ma'am.
Wait, so do they assess like what levels you're at, like before and
Yes.
after?
You'll take a it's always called test when you go in, not examen, but test. It's testirowanie. When you first go in, the very first day, you'll do a little quick battery of proficiency oriented testing, very straightforward. Really is a kind of what do you know? And with that material, they'll grade where you are. They have very rarely, but they have been wrong once in a while, and they're extremely cognizant of, you should be in this group for whatever reason, either it's too high or too low for you. They really will make sure that you're comfortable where you are. Yeah. As I said, because it's only 5 weeks, it's, thank, you're gonna go very quickly. And so it's very important that if you don't feel comfortable in your section for whatever reason, and your group leader there will tell you, I'll be there for part of the time for the first, when you start out for the first couple of weeks, I'll be there. Let us know, and we will help you. Let your instructor know, or let one of us know. John Smith, who'll be there the entire time, or myself while I'm there, and just say, hey, I think I'm in the wrong group. I really should be a little bit higher, or I think I should be a little lower, and we'll adjust.
Had nothing but rave reviews from people who've come back. I mean,
We have
just,
a few of the comments on the back here.
I had to whittle them
But-
down to what I
but
could
the
put on a
students
page.
usually
I mean,
just
it's
gush,
usually
I have to admit.
effusive, yeah.
I've done 35 years of study abroad programs in the Soviet Union and then Russia, and I've never worked with a program that I've enjoyed more and gotten better results with our students than Moscow Plus. We really have gotten just incredibly positive results from this program, and it has a lot to do, not with me at all, but with the crew that we've got on the ground in Moscow, as I said, the location where we happen to be, and the crew we have in Washington that supports you while you're there. And that really, I should just say one last thing on that to sell it. As you talk to your parents or whoever is responsible for you, reassure them. For one thing, we have all of our contact information down at the bottom. Please have them contact me directly if they'd like to talk about how we take care of you while you're there. The Washington crew, American Councils, provides you with on-the-ground, English-speaking staff that will take care of you, whether there's a medical emergency, we've had to remove our students one year. There were horrific fires outside of Moscow that made the air quality so bad it was our last week that it was actually dangerous. Being outdoors for an hour was the equivalent of smoking 3 packs of cigarettes. It was that bad. It was bad. And so we airlifted everybody literally to St. Petersburg for the last week. And so we will take care of you. If there are health concerns, safety concerns, whatever, you will be taken care of. I really will put my name on that. We will assure that. We have terrific staff on the ground here in Austin, both the International Office, Study Abroad Office, as well as in Slavic, that make sure that you've got contacts domestically here while you're there, plus you've got contacts on the ground in Moscow. You will never be entirely out of UT's reach while you're there. We're there for you. Anything else? And Mita, please don't hesitate. If you do, get home and say, I should have asked. Send me an email. Please send me or Betsy or Daniel. Contact one of us. Don't hesitate to ask questions about why is this cost here? What do you mean about this travel? How much will I have to work? Do homework, all of that kind of thing. All of these things that may trickle down, just drop me an email. I really won't be in any way offended or bothered by getting them. Please, I want your questions.
Question. Okay, so you mentioned that there are personal Russian tutors.
Yes.
So are they there during the classes that we're having, or are they separate?
They're separate. They're actually there specifically for your either study time or non-in-class time. They're meant to supplement the work that you've done in class, right? What does that mean? So if you want them to help you with your homework, they'll help you with your homework. But don't just use them for that. I mean, use them for that too, but don't just use them for that. They'll go like, I really want to buy one of those cool Russian fur hats. Fake fur hat. Fake fur hats. One of those cool Russian fake fur hats. My wife, she really was like mortified when she found out they were real. So yeah, fake fur hats. They will help you. You know, how do you do shopping in Russia? This is how we do it. They'll help you with that. You want to go see, you really want to get into the Bolshoi. You really, really want to do that. They can help you do that. Or one of your instructors will help you. Whatever. They'll be the kind of your facilitator there. They've been really great with our students, as I said. They've taken our men and women to Dacha for the weekend, met the parents, met their friends, go out to Gorky Park and just to the beach in Gorky Park, go spend the afternoon on the beach. Yeah.
So are they basically a buddy program through the university?
Yes,
They're
these are
students?
university students.
Okay.
These are students at Moscow University International who are taking other courses during the summer themselves, which is why they're not with you during the day, because most of them are taking courses as well. But then they are getting paid through the university to buddy up with you. So that's again part of your tuition is paying their summer salary to be your speaking partner. Yeah, we try to come up with a name to give them, and we're not quite sure what to call them. They're kind of resource students, but they're your partners, they're your tutor partners.